What are the plans for farm sanctuary? Lots of farm sanctuaries all over the United States. And what are people going to learn when they visit?
Farm Sanctuary currently operates sanctuaries in New York and in California, just outside of Los Angeles. But in addition to us, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of farm sanctuaries across the country and around the world. And we are collaborators. We work together with our colleagues to try to create experiences where people can get to know a cow or a pig or a chicken or a turkey or another animal who, prior to coming to a sanctuary, was seen as a piece of meat. The bottom line is we can live without killing or eating any of them. But at our sanctuaries, people are able to interact with a cow, sort of like they might interact with a dog. They can go up and pet them. Pigs love belly rubs. So oftentimes you'll walk up to like a 500-pound pig and you touch their belly, and because they've been at a sanctuary for a while, they recognize they're getting a belly rub, and they'll flop over on their side for a belly rub. One of our most important values at Farm Sanctuary is to speak to people where they are on their own journeys. And we need to be able to speak to many folks from many different backgrounds, including farmers, and to have empathy. And to understand why they may do what they do or believe what they believe. So going to Cornell, taking animal science classes, taking agricultural economics classes, really helped me to understand the culture and the belief system and understand hopefully how we can reach these folks and find common ground towards building a food system that is good for humans as well as other animals on the planet. Now with farmers, they have come up in a system where they believe that we need to use animals for food production. And what we're trying to do now at Farm Sanctuary is to demonstrate that we can produce food without exploiting animals. Most of us grow up eating animals without thinking about it, including myself. I grew up eating animals without thinking about it. But as time went, I recognized that I could live well without eating any animal products. And I thought, if I can live well without causing unnecessary harm, why wouldn't I? And I cannot tell other people how they must live or what choices they must make. Each of us has to make our own choices. But it's important for us to make choices, I think, that are informed. And so we know what we're contributing to with those choices. And ultimately, I encourage people to make choices that they feel good about and that are aligned with their own values and their own interests. We work with various members of Congress to advance legislation that will limit the harms of animal agriculture and promote a healthier plant-based food system. We work with environmental groups, we work with farmer groups, work with frontline food worker organizations. So we are seeking to build a broad tent coalition of animal people, human rights organizations, social justice organizations, environmental organizations who share the same interest in creating a healthier food system. First of all, we need to acknowledge that we have a choice and we can actually decide if we want to or don't want to buy animal products and consume animal products. So many consumers have the ability to make those kinds of choices, but to challenge this myth that we have to eat meat for strength and we have to drink cow's milk for calcium, those are absolute myths. So just recognizing that it is a choice that many of us can make. And then I think we need to start investing in a food system that makes healthy plant foods much more accessible. You know, we live in a democracy and voting matters and being involved in the process matters. So showing up is important, whether it's at demonstrations and protests or whether it's reaching out to your elected officials, whether it's getting involved even at your school to encourage the school to have more plant-based foods in the cafeteria. So speaking out about what is important. And I think the younger generation is rightfully concerned about the state of our planet, about the climate crisis, about the loss of biodiversity, about the threats that we're all facing. And so just speaking up for our common good and for what is good for animals, people, and the planet. You know, people can get involved with Farm Sanctuary. Go to our website, farmsanctuary.org. We have internship programs, we have volunteer programs, and we love for people to get involved and to play a role in trying to create a more compassionate, healthier, and a more just world.
Please respectfully don't drop your animal here and don't expect that these guys can do miracle. They love the animal. This is a place for what they call a sanctuary for the animal, but there is a limited space. So donate, support, sponsor, and help them to can be even much better than what they do. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Yes.